third and final segment of this week. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Stephen Johnson. Now, Stephen, we talk about...
Our show is Inside Boxing's Throwdown.
Inside Boxing?
Just now joined us.
Exactly. Well, this is the third segment, but you know, y'all pick and choose, you know. So anyway, this is open discussion, and we want to talk about a couple of upcoming fights that
we've been waiting for.
One's been sealed and done, and the other one is like this close to being sealed and done.
You got it.
Okay, the second, the one that everybody's interested, of course, is Terrence Crawford and Jeff Horn. Okay, we're going to talk about that, but before we talk about that, Steve, let's talk about these heavyweights. A lot of talk been going on about Joshua and Wilder being made and stuff like that, but you know how that one's going to be. That one's going to be a difficult one to make because, you know, it's going to want Joshua's going to want to make it here. But in the meantime, a fight has been made that has a lot of interest in the heavyweight division, and more so over across the ocean between Joshua and
your boy Joseph Parker.
And Joseph Parker.
You know what? Let me start this right now. For you fans of ours who have seen us for the last 10 years, 10 plus years, sorry.
Yeah.
You should know that Aurelio, there was a time where he was the biggest fan of Joseph Parker, who was from Australia. Okay? Then all of a sudden, Aurelio decided that Joseph Parker wasn't fighting enough and he jumped off the bandwagon. I want you to know, go public now. Are you on the bandwagon or are you off the bandwagon of Joseph Parker?
You know, let me exactly.
Well, hold on. First of all, yes or no?
I'm going to answer that. I'm not on the bandwagon.
Okay.
But let me answer that because I've been in boxing as a fighter, as a trainer, as a promoter for, over 4 decades.
Okay.
So boxing has been a big part of my life. Okay. No doubt about it. So I see this. And when Joseph Parker came on the scene as a heavyweight, I really saw a guy that had all the tools to become
world champion.
A world champion, but a popular world champion.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of world champions out there that no one cares about.
Right.
But he had the opportunity because his style and his aggressiveness and his ring generalship, he just hit me with that, man, this man can, this is it.
Okay.
And it was good to see because heavyweights were lacking.
Okay.
But then it kept lingering. He wouldn't fight anyone. He'd fight subpar opponents. So then that hurts a fighter more than it helps them because then they start to get stale in their tools. Okay? And that's what happened with Joseph Parker with me. He just became stale. Okay? So now that he's actually fought to fight someone that's going to go in there to take his head off and actually has the capability of doing so if Joseph sleeps, now I'm excited to see this fight.
Okay, well, you got a little long-winded there. Get right to what I want you to get to. The point is...
Well, I answered. I'm not on the bandwagon.
Okay,
no.
Yeah, but let's see. The bottom line is you think he has a chance in this fight if he's the Joseph Parker of old.
He does have a chance.
Okay.
Yes, he does. He does have a chance because, you know, all the talk with Joshua and everything that's going on, he doesn't impress me all that much either. Okay?
You know what?
The only reason Joshua impresses the whole world right now is because
he beat Klitschko.
Exactly.
You know what? I think there's some definitely some chinks in the armor of Anthony Joshua. I followed you with your thing of Joseph Parker because originally he was just blasting dudes out. I mean, and blasting them out ugly. But we have the same type of thing with David Tua. We've had some boxers that have come blasting people out. Then when they get up to the competition. Let me say this, okay? Now we're talking about what I've been on record as saying before. I originally thought that Deontay Wilder wouldn't have a chance against Anthony Joshua. After watching what has gone on in the last 6 or 7 months, I believe that Anthony Joshua could go over to England and take care of Deontay Wilder. Go over there and take care of him. So why the nonsense of letting this opportunity get away? I understand that he feels like he's the best in the world. He's got a title and all of that, but the consensus worldwide is that Anthony Joshua is number 1. Why not pull Earl Spence and go over there and beat the dude who's number 1? Earl Spence, Caleb Truax have proven that you can go over there and win it. Come on, Deontay, go over there and win the title, man, and come on back and then you can call the shots. This stuff about I'm the A side and I'm going to get this much amount of money. Hey
You know
man,
what?
it takes away from to me what it's up should be about.
And I think it's going to happen.
So?
I think Wilder will go out and fight the winner of this fight. But I'm going to tell you right now, it may not be Joshua.
No, it's going to be Joshua, but
it may
Deontay
not.
Wilder's not going to get $10 million. You can forget that. Eddie Hearn's already on record saying the most he got in a fight was $3 million. We'll give him $3 million. We ain't giving him no 10.
He'll get 10. He'll get 10.
He ain't getting 10
because the revenues will be that much more for that fight.
Well, he's going to have to go over to England.
That's what I'm saying. He'll go over there and he'll get his $10 million because the numbers just go way up.
I still don't
They
believe he's
go
going to
high.
get $10 million.
Yeah.
And that's his.
Well, I'm gonna go on record right now. I wouldn't go out there for $5 million. There's no way in hell that I would go out there and fight for chump change. Okay? No, sure won't. And it is chump change when you talk about prize fighting at that magnitude.
Well, when you talk about, the rematch would be get him $20 million here in the States, but it's a matter of economics. But let me move on.
Okay.
I want to talk about a fight that has been very interesting, the prospects of it. And that's with Terrence Crawford from Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay, now before we go, the Joshua fight's been set. That's done.
And that date is April 24th?
No, Terrence is April 21st.
Okay, March 31st or something like
Yeah,
that?
but that one's a done deal.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Let's talk about this one that's that close to being done, and chances are it's going to be formally and officially announced next week.
Okay, and next week on our show, we're going to have Brian Bomac McIntyre, who is Terrence Crawford's manager and trainer. We're going to have him on the show. And then Bomac could clear up a lot of this stuff because by then it should all be clarified. But let Bomac tell you what he's doing in the Bomac way. Because Bomac has a way of laying things out where if you have a problem understanding it, you can't understand nothing. Because he's going to tell you. But anyway,
Let's talk about
the
this
prospect
fight.
of this fight. It first started off, I remember when Jeff Horn, after he knocked off Manny Pacquiao, and the speculation, instantly Terrence Crawford's name came up. And they started saying that, it won't happen. Then because Bob Arum's not going to let his cash cow get ruined and all this. Well, Terrence Crawford was vocal. I want him. Bomac was vocal. We want Horn. Okay. Then Bob Arum said we're going to have me and Terrence Crawford are going to go to Australia. I want the Australian people to see Terrence Crawford for when we come to Australia and fight Jeff Horn.
Yep.
Now it looks like the fight is going to be in Las Vegas.
In Las Vegas. Here.
Okay. So what's your opinion on that? I mean, the dynamics of the fight.
I think
changing?
it's a good move for Jeff Horn. I mean, Jeff Horn is going to come in here, and there's just no way he's going to embarrass himself. He's that type of fighter where
he's going to fight.
He's going to fight, and he's got a chance to win. Okay, and I'm going to just say that a lot of people are too up on their high horse and say he got a chance to win. Jeff Horn is a big boy.
Yeah, he's big.
He's a big boy, and he knows how to fight, and he can take a shot. I'm going to tell you what, he's got a chance to come in here and win, okay? But even so, the reason I'm saying it's a move is because it means a lot of money in his pocket. So why go on and extending this thing and take chances of fighting the other guys? Because they were talking about Mike Alvarado fighting Jeff Horn before that, and that fight fell through. But that was not a good move because why take a chance at losing to someone like Mike Alvarado? Because Mike Alvarado's coming back strong. Okay, why take a chance to lose that and lose it? Fight Terrence now, make the big money, and it's just a good move and it's a good fight.
Well, you're right because, like you said, take that money. If you lose to Terrence Crawford, the Alvarado fight is still there.
It's still there,
and that fight could.
And so is Pacquiao because he wanted the rematch with Pacquiao, but he'll beat Pacquiao again.
Well,
he's too big,
and it'll be in Australia.
Yeah, and he's too big. Pacquiao needs to get back down.
Pacquiao should not take that fight.
So anyway,
but Terrence Crawford.
But according to these reports, everything has been agreed upon on Horn's side. As a matter of fact, Horn's trainer Glenn Ruston, 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 has already specifically told the APP that everything has been agreed on their side to make the fight. So now, 10 seconds, and we'll extend this. So now, the only thing to stop this from happening is Terrence Crawford.
So that ain't gonna happen.
Okay?
I guarantee you, Bomac will straighten that out.
So that's what I'm saying. So now baby, we have a fight. We have a fight in Vegas, April 21st. You can almost bet on that. So I can't see that Terrence Crawford, as much as he's been talking about, he wants this fight, he wants to step up to the fight. It's there.
It'll happen.
It's there. So I'm thinking we're going to have a real good fight, and Terrence Crawford will be able to prove everyone that they were wrong when they didn't pick him for Fighter of the Year, and when they.
No, I did not say he wasn't Fighter of the Year. I said I thought there was someone that did something more unique.
No, but anyway,
yeah, and he did. You know, let's be specific about this. Terrence Crawford did something that hadn't been done since 2005.
Yeah,
he's the unified world title holder.
But still, the quality of opponents. There's a lot. I'm with you on your picks. Okay, don't get me wrong. I'm with you. Everything is there.
They're subjective.
Yeah, exactly. So, but anyway. We have the fight that everyone wants to see, and it's happening here. And it's happening here, both fights. And Steve, I'm excited.
I think you have to be. You have to be. I mean, this is two fights that people want, and they're happening.
Good.
I mean, that's bottom line.
Well, good. There you have it. It's our third segment. We went over a little bit, but the topic is hot, and I know everybody out there to decide. We're not talking hearsay. We're not talking what ifs. We're not talking, hey, who would win if Roberto Duran fought Muhammad Ali? We're not talking about any fantasies. Shit's going to happen. Okay?
There you go.
So, till next week?
Till next week. And as usual, any questions that you'd like to have answered, editor@insideboxing.com. And then other than that, we'll see you next week, and we'll have results of the a fight I'm anxious to watch. You know, Lamont Peterson and Earl Spence Jr.
We'll recap.
Okay?
Till then, guys, keep them hands up.
Come on, baby.